Would you work with them in order to make sure Wales was governed well?
I wouldn't touch reform with a barge pole.
Do you feel you're to blame a bit, along with the other sort of political, the political class, if you like, though, for voters turning away from Welsh Labour? What I mean is, do you think it is just a malaise about distrust in general in politics and the establishment parties? Or do you think there's stuff that you could do to bring voters back?
So I think we've got a lot of work to do to get voters back. I think it's really important that we're authentic and we're clear with people about what we stand for. I think we've got to lead with our values. So we're about bringing communities together, not dividing them. So what I won't be doing in Wales is chasing reform down a path where, we can try and outform reform. I'm not interested in that because those aren't my values. I'm not interested in it. So what we'll be doing is offering a very clear alternative, which is about bringing communities together.
Do you think reform could win the Senedd? Do you think it is possible? Can you imagine that?
Well, look, there is a possibility that they could be the largest party. And that is something that is really concerning. Now, the way that the new voting mechanism will work means that it would be difficult for them to rule by themselves. But at the moment, we've got to take that very seriously. And I think it is important people recognise that things that we see every day in our lives in Wales may be snatched away from us. We've always got work to do. Of course, we've got work to do. I'm really keen to drive the economy in Wales to get better jobs and things. I think we've got to do more in that space. But, are people going to come and invest in Wales if you've got reform at the helm? I mean, I get really worried about things like that.
Would you do a coalition with them if they were the largest party? Would you work with them in order to make sure Wales was governed well?
I wouldn't touch reform with a barge pole.
Okay, so you just would not do that?
No way.